This is Game Night Live. WJBF Sports presents local high school football live in your living room each Friday night. Game Night Live is powered by McDonald's. I'm loving it. And now, your hosts, Ashley Brown and John Hart.
Westminster Field on the campus of Westminster Schools of Augusta on Wheeler Road in beautiful Augusta, Georgia. It is week 8 of Game Night Live. Tonight, a private school rivalry renewed as the Augusta Prep Cavaliers make the trip down Flowing Wells and Wheeler Roads to take on their arch rival Westminster Wildcats. Good evening once again, everybody. I'm John Hart, joined by Ashley Brown. Matt Lane will join us on the field in just a moment. AB, these are two teams that don't like each other very much. It is a big rivalry. They are only campuses separated by 5 miles. And tonight, a region contest and almost a must-win for Westminster for postseason hopes.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is our third straight year covering this game and getting a chance to see these two teams really battle it out. And you're right, it's the game they look forward to all year, all off season. This is the one they talk about because in the way they're set up, they do play a lot of teams out of the area, so they don't have a built-in rival. But this is the biggie, and it's big in all sports. But of course, football. Bigger in football than any. And, Westminster tonight wants to take care of business on their home field, but they got a tall order. Augusta Prep's only lost one game on the season. Their offense has just been scoring points in bunches. We know they can run it. Last week, all of a sudden, they showed they could throw it over 300 yards through the air with 3 different quarterbacks throwing the football. So I think Augusta Prep, we're going to see them run the football still, but now they've added that element of being able to go deep with the pass, which is pretty scary for their opponents going forward. It
is a unique setup, as you can see. We are set up outdoors here in the elements at Westminster Field.
I like it.
I like it. It's a great field.
Feels like we're right on the action.
We are right at the top of the stands here, so it's almost like we're part of the crowd, and it's really an enjoyable setup here for us. Looking forward to this one. Westminster comes into this game 0-2 in the region play. Augusta Prep is 0-1. So again, as the coaching staff told us this week, this is almost like a playoff game in October for Westminster.
No doubt about it. And, Augusta Prep, on paper, looks like they should win some games. But like you said, they're 0-1. They lost to Gatewood, who's a very good team. They beat Gatewood a year ago. This year, they were hanging in there with them in the first half and then just really fell apart at home in the second half. So they want to come out and really establish that run early on. They've got a monster running the football in B.J. Stone. They moved him from quarterback to running back this year to get him the ball more, really. He rushed for over 1,500 yards last season. He's over 3,000 for his career. And, number 17, B.J. Stone, is the guy that Westminster's going to have to key on tonight.
We are almost ready for the coin toss, and for the first time tonight, we send it down to midfield and the aforementioned Matt Lane.
Cavaliers tonight, number 2, James Williams, number 28, number 15,
You're my speaking captain. I'm Ted. I'm Ted. Nice to meet you. Mr. Van Clyde, Mr. Miller, officials for tonight. We're working in the middle with you. Whites are my business team. You're calling the toss. We have a heads, tails, heads. What is your call before I toss?
I got tails.
Tails. It is a head. You won the toss.
The first, second half.
You want to defer. You want the ball? Which way do you want to kick it? You want to kick towards the clock. Face the clock, put your back to the clock. White will be receiving. Shake hands, have a good half.
Toss and defers to the second half, so Augusta Prep will have the ball first as the Cavaliers prepare to take the field here at Westminster. It is week 8 of Game Night Live. Augusta Prep versus Westminster kickoff after this on MeTV.
Living.
Back at Westminster Schools of Augusta for Game Night Live. The Wildcats take the field on senior night. And these seniors on this team remember all too well 2 years ago, AB, when these two teams met, a double overtime loss to Augusta Prep. The first time the Wildcats ever lost to their arch rivals.
Yeah, and in that game, Will Dorn, who's now moved to quarterback, was the player who made the play, the defensive back in the end zone He batted the ball away to preserve the win for Augusta Prep. It was a wild game, wild night here, and you're right, Westminster gave them fits, but in the end, Augusta Prep prevailed. And, Westminster hasn't forgot that, I'm sure, and I'm sure Augusta Prep hasn't let them forget that. And, of course, the win last year on their home turf as well. Yeah, so Westminster hasn't beaten Augusta Prep since that fateful night here. These are two relatively new programs. Westminster's been playing football since 2010, Augusta Prep since 2012. Westminster leads the series all time still 3-2. So Augusta Prep trying to even up the all-time tally here tonight. Well, what you're going to see tonight, certainly on the Augusta Prep side, is a well-coached team by Harry Batchelor. You won't see a lot of penalties. He likes to run the football, nothing fancy. But again, they did open it up last week. They completed 7 passes for 340 yards last week. A lot of them were screen passes, so I think we'll see some of that again tonight as well. We'll take a look at the keys to the game in just a moment, right after the kickoff, brought to you by Ford. And there you see Westminster. And Charcoal and Augusta Prep in white. And back deep to receive for Augusta Prep is B.J. Stone. A.B. told you all about him. And the kickoff will go out of bounds. So the Cavaliers will set up shop 1st and 10 from their own 35. Very festive atmosphere here. I tell you, man, like you said, this is their big game of the year that they look forward to. You got. Let's take a look at our keys to the game for Augusta Prep, AB. Well, one thing they got to do is start fast. You know, when you're a favored team, and they probably are here, you don't want to let the other team hang around. The longer you do, the more they think they can beat you. And also, with their newfound passing game, keep that Westminster defense on their toes, keep them guessing. As far as the home team, Westminster, they got to play mistake-free football. You can't, have turnovers and a lot of penalties in a big game like this, and they need to eliminate the big play from Prep, make Prep grind it out. Will Dorn, the quarterback, with a pump fake on 1st down, and he has a man down at the 38-yard line, and that is complete, and a big gain on the first play from scrimmage for the Cavaliers. Well, that's the kind of fight we're going to see all night long. Those two guys do not want to give the football up. They both had it. Wait, they give it to Westminster. They're going to say interception for the Wildcats, so we stand corrected. A big play for the Cats on the first play from scrimmage. Now the officials are talking it over, and they are saying interception. You know what? I'm not saying another word until they make up their mind. Our referee tonight is Ted Miller. And, boy, that is a toss-up. Yeah, but right there it looked like the offensive player may have had it, but they're going to say it's Westminster football, so just like that, a big play right off the bat for the Cats. And well, one thing I will say, Westminster was ready for the pass play because even with that pump fake for the little screen that Augusta Prep loves to throw, the defensive back was right in position. Here come the Cats. We'll see a couple of different quarterbacks for Prep. That was Will Dorn. We'll also see Justin Mettings. And this is Larkin Eisen on the carry going nowhere, the senior. We'll talk about him a lot tonight. He is already committed to play college football as a linebacker at Princeton University as a flag flies in late. Well, yeah, a host of white jerseys in there for Augusta Prep, led by number 50. That's Sam Hatcher. They did a big game out of Eisen tonight. If they expect to get a victory, they knock off their rival. Unsportsmanlike conduct called against the Wildcats. This is a Westminster offense that has managed just 7 total points in its last 2 games. And they're going to have to get the offense going here against Augusta Prep, but they are going the wrong direction here after the first play from scrimmage. Going to be back up all the way to the 20. Yeah, again, eliminate mistakes, and here already they did get the turnover on the interception, but, they give up a bunch of yardage here on that penalty, and you just can't have that. I mean, they've got, just to get back to the original line of scrimmage, they've got, looks like about 20 yards to go. Again, it is Eisen, and again, not a whole lot of room. And we'll take a look now at the starting lineup for Westminster. Larkin Eisen is the main man there in the middle, and you see Colin Landrum is the quarterback. And one thing to notice as we look ahead to their the offensive line
And this week, Coach Steve Ackley telling us the left guard and the right guard, both backups, both starters out with injuries tonight. So that'll be a matchup to keep an eye on as we go forward here.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, they've got 4 starters out with injury tonight.
Throwing is Landrum, and again, that Augusta Prep defense swarming to the football. Luke Hartenberg was on the reception there.
And sophomore Sam Hatcher was right there. Second big play he's made tonight, the sophomore linebacker.
There is Coach Steve Ackley of Westminster in his 4th season here. Interesting thing about Ackley, with a win here tonight, we talked about what a young program this is. It would be his 17th career win here. That would make him the winningest coach in Westminster history.
Well, he has, look, both coaches that are here now, Ackley at Westminster, Coach Batchelor at Augusta Prep, have made their teams relevant in football. I mean, these are new programs, but they're not pushovers by any stretch. I mean, Augusta Prep has already got a state title in their classification under their belt.
You don't see 4th and 28 every day, but you do here. And the ball is on the ground, and falling on it for Augusta Prep is Palmer Batchelor.
Well, Batchelor's one of their big play guys there, just didn't look it all the way in, was looking to run, and that would have been devastating, back-to-back turnovers for Augusta Prep. Actually, it looked like he looked it in pretty good, but at the last second, I think he heard some footsteps from the defender. The defensive player there was number 5 for Westminster, I believe. It might have been 6. 6 is McCauley.
So after turning it over on their first snap, Augusta Prep back at it now from their own 36-yard line.
And this is Justin Meddings, the other quarterback. He hands it to Stone, which if I were a quarterback, that's probably my first option.
As you mentioned, he is up over 3,000 career yards. And he'll pick up, I'd say 12 more there.
And Meddings last week came in. He hasn't played a lot, but he came in last week and went 4 of 6 passing for 170 yards and 2 touchdowns. So they're going to work him in more and more. And it also allows him to play Will Dorn at receiver and maybe running back, because Dorn is a really good all-around athlete, and there he is catching the pass. And that's your starting quarterback on that reception, folks.
And it was, I don't know if you saw this, but Stone and ran into the quarterback there, and they still managed to complete the pass.
Well, Meddings is definitely the better passer of the trio that can play quarterback. And that one, he zipped it right on the numbers, and Dorn with a nice pickup. Dorn was a starting tailback and their leading rusher as a sophomore, and then he moved to quarterback the last couple of seasons.
It was a 16-yard gain there. Is Stone again. He got the corner, makes another man miss. Here's Stone inside the 10, down to the 9-yard line.
That was a good run. Very patient. Made sure he stayed in bounds and was still able to make a couple of guys miss with some nifty moves down the sideline. And now you're seeing why B.J. Stone rushed for over 1,500 yards a year ago as a junior. Well, and he also had blocking downfield, which I like to see. You had Dorn down there throwing blocks. You also had number 9, which is Glenn Owen. Those guys were downfield blocking for their running back.
So inside the red zone, they'll go to Stone again. This time, the Wildcats push him back. He might have gotten 2.
Yeah, good job up front by Westminster there. Defensively, it was number 22. I believe Delaney who made the play.
Augusta Technical College red zone. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line. Call it 7.5.
Dorn back in at quarterback.
They'll continue to go back and forth. This time to give his Stone again right through the middle. Untouched Stone, touchdown, Augusta Prep.
Well, good job up front by the big guys opening that hole there for Augusta Prep. That offensive line doing a really nice job on that play. That offensive line, you got Jack Ojimba, you've got Sam Hatcher, Eddie Perez, Henson Fowler, who's probably the leader of that group, number 75, and also James Garnett. So good job up front by Prep.
Eddie Perez, also a pretty good first base coach.
Yeah, not a bad catcher in his day.
Not a bad backup catcher at all. They'll go for 2. Looking to throw, and it is complete to the back of the end zone. And again, that is Dorn on the receiving end, and 2-point conversion is good. 8-0 Augusta Prep. So the Cavaliers strike first. It is 8-0 Augusta Prep. 8:57 left to play in quarter number 1. We'll take timeout on Game Night Live. Eight 0 Augusta Prep leads Westminster. 8:57 to play in the first quarter.
And let's watch here the patience. This is a backup quarterback showing some great patience, waiting on his receiver to get clear, and that was Dorn. And talk about a versatile athlete. Starts at tailback as a sophomore, at quarterback as a junior, and pretty much as a senior, but he also can play receiver, and he's not a bad defensive player as well. Remember, he won the game 2 years ago with that pass breakup.
He is one of several players on this Augusta Prep roster that are getting some interest from some small colleges.
Now, if you're Westminster, this is an important drive. Not necessarily you have to score, but you've got to keep Augusta Prep's offense off the field for a little while. You can't afford a
Look at
this.
Onside kick. Everybody falls on the football. Augusta Prep believes they have it.
I think he touched,
I believe,
Nathan's saying he touched the ball before the 10 yards.
Looks that way.
Augusta Prep definitely recovered it, but
Yeah,
it was
there
touched.
it is. Yep, no doubt about it. But I like the aggressive call by Harry Batchelor, the head coach of Augusta Prep.
And good job by the officiating crew there. They don't have the
Benefit
luxury
of
of being
replay,
able to see the replay, and we saw it clearly. It was touched by 2 different Augusta Prep players before it went 10 yards.
Of course, the flip side of that aggressive play call is that Westminster's going to have great field position taking over in Augusta Prep territory at the 48.
It just shows you the confidence Coach Batchelor has in this team being able to shut down Westminster. And now they've got to go out and show the coach he was right.
Out of the gun, it is Eisen, and he'll take it down to about the 44. Let's take a look at that Augusta Prep defense.
Well, just making the play up front, big James Garnett, number 90. He and Henson Fowler give him some size along with Caleb Wells up front. Hatcher's already looked really good at linebacker. You've also got a freshman that's going to be a good player here, Darius Stone. And then in the secondary, B.J. Stone, Palmer Batchelder, and Will Dorn, probably the 3 best athletes of the upperclassmen on this team. There's a look at the beef up front, though. James Garnett there in the middle, number 90, and number 75 is Henson Fowler.
And both of these teams, with these being small private schools, have a lot of players playing both ways. 7 of the starting 11 on both sides play both ways. And the Cats try to throw it. Larkin Eisen incomplete. And it'll bring up a big 3rd down now.
Yeah, Eisen, who excellent student. Both these schools, I mean, you can say that about almost every kid on both teams.
Mm-hmm.
Very good academic schools. Eisen committed to go to Princeton to play football.
Westminster, in fact, has a 100% rate of college acceptance amongst its graduating seniors. It's hard to get better than that.
I didn't even have a 100% rate myself. Some were going to let me in, some weren't.
Wildcats need 8. It is Eisen, and he is going to lose at least 8. Back to the 45 of Westminster.
Henson Fowler fired up after that play. There you see big number 75.
He lost 10 on the play, and it'll be a punting situation, so the Wildcats waste that plumb field position.
Now, Fowler got a hold of him. He wasn't going anywhere.
Fowler, first team All-State in GISA last year.
And last time they were in that formation, Augusta Prep nearly fumbled the ball away to him. A little bit of a short kick here.
A short kick, and falling on the football will be Palmer Batchelder. And the Cavaliers will take over. Yeah, it was kind of an interesting moment there for the Cavaliers. So here comes the Augusta Prep offense, already up 8-0. This is an Augusta Prep team that was averaging 53 points a game for its first 4 of the season, but just 11 per game its last 2.
Well, yeah, part of that was that loss to Gatewood, a good team out of Eatonton. Dorn is back in at quarterback.
Yep, that's Dorn. Got Stone back there with him. It will be Stone on the carry. And he, behind his left guard, is going to have a first down and then some across midfield and into Wildcat territory at the 48-yard line.
Well, the coaching staff, I think, wanted a late hit. No call there. Stone showing his speed, getting to the outside. And this Augusta Prep offense, you mentioned how high-powered they can be, led by Will Dorn and B.J. Stone. Also, Batchelder's been a big play threat for them, and Tesh Patel as well, the wide receiving core. Up front, some of the same guys you saw up front on the defensive side. Henson Fowler, James Garnett, couple of the leaders there. Good look at that defense for Westminster in a moment here as it goes up the middle.
Yep, Stone again, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. He is up to near midfield, the 49-yard line. That is his 6th carry of the game already.
Gutsy call by Coach Batchelor. 2 years ago they had a pretty good team, and Stone was the quarterback, Dorn was the running back. And it takes a pretty gutsy move to make that switch and say, all right, we're going to move Dorn to quarterback and Stone to running back. Obviously, it worked out well last year. They had a great season.
We need a yard for the first down. And they will try to throw it on 2nd and short, and the pass is knocked away. Back there deep for Westminster, Brandon Shiley.
It seems like Westminster watched last week's tape and are ready for the pass plays more maybe than they're ready for the run, which is Augusta Prep's kind of MO normally. Watch on the instant replay as Dorn tried to kind of lob it over the top, but the safety valve was right there for Westminster.
Nick Delaney also back there for the Wildcats. So now, 3rd and 1. And out of the shotgun is Dorn, and we've got motion that's going to back the Cavaliers up.
That's uncharacteristic mental mistake there for the Cavs. Something Coach Batchelor prides himself on, this team playing mistake-free football. So instead of being 3rd and 1, they're now 3rd and 6. That changes things a little bit. I got a feeling you might see the same guy, though, B.J. Stone.
Why not? So instead of 3rd and 1 from the 49, it'll be 3rd and 6 from the 44-yard line.
They are going to throw.
They are going to throw. Chased out of the pocket is Dorn. He is in trouble running for his life. He will throw. He has his man, but a great defensive play back there deep by Noah Jordan of the Wildcats to save what would have been a big gain.
Trying to go to Batchelder, but you're right. Jordan came back and made a nice play. At first, it looked like Batchelder had some room. Usually when you're running forward like that and throwing, you seem to float the ball over the receiver. If Dorn had done that, it might have been a completion.
Nice job escaping the tackle, which would have been a big loss.
So good job by the Westminster defense to get a stop there.
So Batchelder will kick it away for the Cavaliers. And a good defensive stop for Westminster.
Wow, great punt.
Yeah, Brandon Shiley's going to have to retreat and pick this one up inside his own 10-yard line. He will return it and run out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
Man, great punt by Batchelder. Talk about switching the field a little bit for Augusta Prep.
So this Westminster defense has held a couple of times now. They struggled recently. They've given up 45 points a game the last 2 times out, but so far so good against Augusta Prep.
That punt, by the way, Nathan telling us 50 yards from Batchelder.
Both these teams have some good punters and kickers, but they both have really strong soccer programs. So here come the Wildcats. And this is big number 83, Luke Hartenberg. And Coach Steve Ackley was talking to us about him earlier this week, saying this is a guy who has really impressed him this year. He is he's a senior, and as a younger player, you could see how tall he is. He was kind of lanky, and he said this year he's really grown into his body and become a much better football player.
Well, watch the blocking downfield he got to. Dorn was pushed out of the way. Good job blocking by the receivers. Yeah, that was a good job. A well-executed offensive play by everybody. Quarterback, offensive line, receivers.
From the 26-yard line. Little trickery here. It's going to end up in the hands of Noah Jordan. He's going to make a little something out of nothing across the 30-yard line to the 32.
Well, he was able to make a defender miss, and that was what allowed him to pick up a few yards there, because Augusta Prep actually did a pretty good job defending the play. Number 54, William Morris, but as you see here, Morris was in perfect position to make the play, but the running back just made a good fake and was able to get past him. Morris grabbing up high, and those coaches, they see that on film. You can't, that arm tackling up high, that will get you fussed at pretty easily.
This time the quarterback is Colin Landrum, and the handoff up the middle will be short of the first down. That was Larkin Ison.
You got a flag, I believe, down on the play.
Eddie Perez on the stop. And our Official Ted Miller will give us the call.
Augusta Prep at 5-1 on the season. Westminster.
Illegal formation. Flag. Replay second down.
So instead of 2nd and 3, it'll be 2nd and 8 from the 27. Good look at the two head coaches squaring off here tonight. 2nd and 8.5. I thought 8. PA says 9. We'll compromise.
You're easy going.
That's right. I'm
Easy to
easy
deal
to go
with.
along with. Here's Landrum flushed out of the pocket. And does find some room and just gets rid of it. Incomplete. He was being chased by, I'm being screened right now. I can't see the number.
I believe it was 55, Grant Kennedy. Not 100% sure there, but it looked like 55. It was 55, being told.
We love our setup here at the top of the stands, but part of the problem is the people in the top row stand up. You can't see what's going on.
Or actually, check
65.
that. Yeah, 65
for Augusta Prep, and that is
Eddie
Perez yet again. And a flag down will back the Westminster Wildcats up even more.
Just saw one of my good friends
They
in
did
the
call
crowd.
that grounding.
Just saw one of my good friends
Yep.
in the crowd.
Who's that?
Beth Carnes.
Ah.
Her son Colton is a player at Augusta Prep. They just had her right in the center of the screen. So I have to tell her she got some TV time.
So let's see. 3rd and adding them up. Let's say 34. The ball is at the 10. They need to go all the way to the 38-yard line. So 3rd and 28. Let's call it that.
They've had some deficits when it comes
we
to
had
down distance.
We had a 3rd and 28 on the last drive as well.
And
Well, I saw the Tampa Bay Buccaneers convert one of these last night. Let's see.
Yeah. That was an ugly game last night between the Bucs and the Patriots.
I thought your boy Jameis was going to pull it off there at the end.
Yeah, almost. He threw for a bunch of yards, but unfortunately for him, he played poorly in the first half, and then the kicking game didn't exactly come through for him. 3 missed field goals by Folk.
Obviously, as a Falcons fan, I have to root against the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. After you root for the Patriots in a game, you feel like you need to take a shower. Not sure what the hold-up here is.
Are they talking about the down? I think the Westminster players thought it was 2nd down.
It's 3rd and 28 according to the marker on the side of the field. So what do you draw up here? You heave it downfield.
Throw it and hope your receiver makes a play. Yeah.
And Noah Jordan did catch it, but he is well short of the original line of scrimmage, much less first down.
Yeah,
That's going to be 4th and 20.
Dorn knocked him out of bounds. And there's Batchelder back for another punt return attempt. So far, not a whole lot. He fumbled one, and then he had to catch one and go immediately to the ground.
Back deep to receive for Westminster is Palmer Batchelder. A short kick. Going to come down short of midfield. Takes a good Westminster bounce, and it'll roll dead.
The Augusta Prep players got very lucky that ball didn't take a hop and hit them because they didn't know where the ball was. Batchelder got out of the way, but his blockers did not.
And as it is, it'll be 1st and 10, Augusta Prep from the 42. Still 3:35 left to play in a fairly lengthy first quarter here.
Yeah, we're used to these two teams running the football a lot tonight. They've been opening it up, airing it out, and all those incompletions stop the clock.
This has been a fairly high-powered Augusta Prep offense that outscored its opponents 235 to 130 this year.
And that's with a lopsided loss mixed in. There's Meddings is back in at quarterback.
And doesn't matter who the quarterback is when you can hand it to Stone. He is got 5-6 yards up to about the 45-yard line.
Yeah, nice open field tackle made that time by Noah Jordan. Nice looking play there by the junior defensive back.
They give him 5 yards on it. So
it's so hard.
2nd and 5 from the 6.
You got an elusive back like this in the open field, and Jordan was able to wrap what he did. You wrap those legs up, those ball carriers can't go anywhere. That was a good open field tackle.
2nd and 5. It is Stone again. He's got the first down. He's got more into Wildcat territory all the way down to the 44-yard line.
Last week, Meddings averaged 42.5 yards of completion. 4 completions for 170 yards and 2 scores. A couple of them were screen passes where the receivers made a play, but one of them was a beautiful throw where he was on the run and hit a receiver downfield across the middle for a beautiful throw.
Stone up over 1,000 yards now rushing on the year. With his last couple of rushes.
He might be on his way to 2,000.
Well, this is Dorn, the other quarterback, and his helmet gets torn off, and a flag comes in late as he picks up about 4.
Yeah. You assume a face mask, but
he'll have to come out for a play by rule.
15, into the run. Into the run.
You're all correct, AD.
Well, again, you can't give this offense yardage. And
well, that'll be an automatic first down.
Face mask. First down.
26-yard, 27-yard line.
This is a passing formation here. They've got Stone and Dorn out of the game. Meddings, their passing QB, is in as well.
And before we can get going, yet another flag.
False start on offense.
Just when I talked about how well coached they don't make mistakes, we've seen a lot of mental errors so far in this quarter.
But nothing, AB, nothing like the Laney-Screven County game of
26 first half penalties. And that's all. That's only the ones that were taken.
Yeah.
You know, there was some decline.
Meddings again out of the gun. And he will throw to the left side and thrown behind his intended receiver, Batchelder.
Maybe some miscommunication there. I don't know if the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page as to what route they were running, because Batchelder was coming inside and the throw went towards the outside.
Here you see one of the unique things about this Westminster setup, kind of almost like a college atmosphere. People bring their lawn chairs and sit around the field. A small college atmosphere. 2nd and 15, it is Stone. He's going to get most of it back. Well, they're going to say he got about 8.
What I like about Stone, he's not the biggest back in the area, but I tell you what he does well, he can go to the outside or inside. He's going to run wherever the play is called. He'll run down that hole. As you see here, he's going right up the middle. I mean, he's a little guy, but one thing, he's stocky and he's strong. He runs hard, and he can run, like I said, inside out, and that's a good quality.
That run put him up over 100 yards on the night. And again, now up over 1,000 for the season. They need 8 yards on 3rd down. And who else? Stone up the middle, going to be just a little bit short. And
this spot of the field, I would assume they would go for it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So this is a Ken Nugent one-call, that's-all moment for Harry Batchelor, the Augusta Prep head coach.
This is the easiest call Ken Nugent or me would ever make. I give it to 17. You need 1.5 yards. I'm going to 17 here.
4th and 1. I bet it goes to Stone. It does. And he is stopped cold in the backfield. Larkin Eisen shows you why he will play college football at Princeton University.
Well, he came on a blitz on the end, and sometimes, John, you let those guys go on a quick hitter like that because you don't feel like they can get in fast enough to make the play. But watch him come flying in from the right side of your screen, full speed, and just level Stone. Great play.
So a big defensive stand for this Wildcat defense that has struggled the last couple of weeks, but a big 4th down stop here, so it'll be 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Now, they've got to get something going offensively, like I said, if nothing else, to keep Prep's offense off the field and give their defense a little bit of a breather, although a lot of these guys going both ways.
Jewett Kitchings on the carry here. First time we've called his name tonight. He'll get a couple of yards on the right side.
Nice looking run there.
That'll bring up 2nd and 9. I believe that'll be the final play of the first quarter. Clock ticks down, under 20 seconds to play. We might get one more snap here. Second and 9. And we're not going to get another snap. That will end the first quarter. So that'll do it for the first quarter of play. After one quarter, your score, the Augusta Prep Cavaliers 8, the Westminster Wildcats 0. That's the end of one on Game Night Live.